हेलो एभ्रिवान वेलकम टु माई युट्युब च्यानल। मैले चाहिँ क्यानाडामा आएदेखि मेरो एक्सपिरियन्सेसहरू सेयर गरिरहेको छु। आज चाहिँ हाम्रो च्यानलमा एकदमै स्पेसल गेस्ट हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँलाई चाहिँ मैले पहिलेबाट नेपालबाट चिन्थेँ। म नेपालमा आइएसएमटी कलेजमा आउँदा उहाँले चाहिँ हामीलाई लेक्चर दिनुहुन्थ्यो। अनि अहिले चाहिँ हामी दाजुभाइ जस्तै एकदमै मिलेर बस्छौँ। उहाँ चाहिँ अहिले युनिभर्सिटी अफ प्रिन्स एडवर्ड आइल्यान्डमा पढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ र एज अ पार्ट टाइम सफ्टवेयर डेभलपर पनि काम गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ। अनि उहाँको क्यानेडियन एक्सपिरियन्सेस सोफा चाहिँ के भयो अनि त्यही कुरा दोहोऱ्याएर गर्नुपर्दा कसरी इम्प्रुभ गर्न मिल्थ्यो भनेर चाहिँ आज हामीले अबको आउने नयाँ जेनेरेसनहरूलाई चाहिँ हेल्प होस् भनेर युट्युब भिडियो बनाउन गइरहेको छौँ। सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। टेल मी अबाउट योरसेल्फ सर।
Hello, Bijay. So my name is Rejoy Mistry, Khatri, as you all know. I mean, you know, others don't. And I've been in Canada for almost 3 years now. And yeah, so I was a lecturer back home. I used to be a lecturer back home. I used to teach you programming and along with mathematics, I believe. It's a long time back, so I don't even remember. And yeah, I was a software developer too back home. And yeah, and like after like working for 2 or 3 years, I realized that I needed to come to Canada to like explore my opportunities, like what I can like achieve more. Like the my cup is always half full. That's what I believe. So in pursuit of that, I came all the way to Canada.
So how has your experience been so far in Canada?
It's pretty much good. It's pretty much good. It's better than expected. Like the quality of life is good, and the people are good. The place where I live in, it's called Prince Edward Island. It's pretty much like the people are very friendly over here. Like they help you a lot. They help you settle, and like they are very caring about you. Even in the workplace, no matter where you go, even in the university, the professors are good. I mean, there can be exceptions, but yeah, or I can say that my experiences so far have been like pretty amazing. I've had lots of adventures, lots of stories to share with you as we progress along this conversation, and we'll see where it goes.
That's so nice to hear. Even my experience has been great so far in Canada. As you
Uh-huh.
said, people here are really nice. म जहाँ पनि काम गर्न जाँदाखेरि यति राम्रो मान्छेहरू भेटेँ कि मलाई त अचम्मै लाग्थ्यो कि कोही पनि
And
नराम्रो नै भेटेको छैन मैले चाहिँ
and
लकिली।
and like I've been talking to you like since the day you came to Canada, and like you have done pretty good for yourself, right? You're working in a BMO, like as a graduate software developer in BMO Bank. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
got lucky.
that's it's not. It's let me tell you, brother. It's not luck. It's like hard work. There's no such like in my philosophy. There's no such thing as luck. The way I believe it is luck is 90% hard work and 10% opportunity. So there's no such thing as luck, as far as I know. Yeah, you were like one of the prodigy in ISMT college too. So I knew you would do something good. People like you can do good, and hence here you are.
ओके, मलाई चाहिँ अब के सोध्न मन लाग्यो भन्दाखेरि हजुरले नेपालमा पढाउनु नि भयो, नेपालमा पढ्नु नि भयो, अनि हजुरको नेपालमा पढेको एक्सपिरियन्स र क्यानाडामा पढेको एक्सपिरियन्समा चाहिँ के कस्तो फरक थियो भनेर चाहिँ एकदमै सोध्न मन लाग्यो।
Okay, so let me be यसको straightforward answer छैन. Like I cannot answer it straightforward because पढाइ भनेको पढाइ हो. Whether you study in Nepal, whether you study in Canada, right? पढ्ने मान्छेलाई like नेपालीमा एउटा उखान छ नि, like हुने मान्छेलाई something something, नहुने मान्छेलाई something something. But I'll say this: the quality of education in Canada is like not better, like on a different level. Like Nepal teaches you the struggles. The struggle is real in Nepal. Like you have to know all the basic theories, right? But in Canada, it's more about practically oriented. They expose you to the industries. Like they send you to co-op opportunities. They send you to work. So I would say Canada is more practical oriented, and Nepal is like more theory oriented. But that's just my opinion because I studied at an engineering college, so my experiences were you gotta mug up the book, you gotta mug up the formulas, you gotta do everything you can to pass the course, and it was a struggle, dude. it was really a struggle.
I know
I mean,
engineering
like
is
it was a struggle for you too at ISMT, right? Because
for me. My bachelor's has always been fun.
I
For
mean, yeah,
me,
it was fun. It was fun. I was your teacher because the amount of assignments you had to do. Like I
no,
used to,
because
I taught you 4 subjects. Remember?
yeah, but because our assignments were industry oriented, and also
Uh-huh.
I was also working at that same time, it was easier for me
Oh, but it was
comparatively.
difficult for me. I mean, I had to like check all the 70. Like your in your class, there were like your whole section had more than 70 students. You would say?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, I
around
mean, more,
70.
there were 6 sections, right? And I used to teach in almost like 5 or 6 sections itself, and I used to teach 4 subjects. And oh my god, the assignments were a pain, a big
Okay,
pain, you know.
लेट्स गेट ब्याक टु आवर टपिक है त फेरि अब
Uh-huh.
चाहिँ हजुरले भन्नुभयो त्यति धेरै डिफ्रेन्स चाहिँ छैन भन्दा पनि डिफ्रेन्स छ तर क्यानाडामा चाहिँ इन्डस्ट्री ओरिएन्टेड छ अनि नेपालमा चाहिँ अलिकति थ्योरिटिकल बढी छ जुन चाहिँ पछि गएर युज हुन नि सक्छ नहुन पनि सक्छ डिपेन्डिङ
Yeah,
अपन यो करियर होइन
but
अनि
that is my perspective because that's how I learned.
या
Some people
यो
are
थ्रु
different.
आउट द होल पोडकास्ट नै हामीले आफ्नो पर्सपेक्टिभ मात्रै दिन्छौँ कुनै
Yeah,
पनि यो कन्क्रिट डेफिनेसन त छँदै छैन
yeah,
यस्तो कुराहरूको
yeah.
अनि एउटा चाहिँ हाई स्कुल पास आउट स्टुडेन्टलाई चाहिँ मेरो क्वेसन चाहिँ
Mm-hmm.
के छ भन्दाखेरि हाई स्कुल पास आउट स्टुडेन्टहरूको क्वेसन चाहिँ के हुन सक्छ भन्दाखेरि सुड आई मुभ टु क्यानाडा अर एनी अदर कन्ट्रिज टु डु माई ब्याचलर्स अर सुड आई कम्प्लिट माई ब्याचलर्स इन नेपाल एन्ड देन मुभ टु क्यानाडा
Hmm.
वाट्स
That's
योर
a very
ओपिनियन अन द्याट
that's a very difficult question, you know. Like I don't know about the others. I'll share a story about myself because I was a distinction holder in high school, right? And after I got my distinction in high school, I was like I went to a few consultancies and they said, "Why are you staying in Nepal? Why are you staying in Nepal? Students like you need to go abroad, right?" So, but then I said, "No, I need to complete my at least my bachelor's. Then for my master's, I might think later." Because I was still 18 at the time. Okay, and if you come abroad after your high school, and if you are really, really motivated to study, I would say come abroad. If your intention is to like get a degree, study hard, make a name for yourself, I would say come abroad. But if your intention is just to earn money, just a shortcut method to earn money, I'd say stay in Nepal, learn some foundation courses or learn learn some skills which can be useful in Canada, and then come to Canada. Because let me tell you for a fact, I had the experience of being a software developer, which helped me gain like you said in the beginning of this video that I am a part-time software developer, right? I didn't get the job because because I was studying at the university. I got the job because I had prior experience and skills. And that's what the company looks for. If you have the skills, you have a weapon in your arsenal. You know what I mean? Like you'll have an extra weapon. And without a skill, if you come here, the whole experience might seem overwhelming. That's my personal opinion though. I'm not discouraging any high school students not to come abroad. Come abroad, but understand that you'll have to work really hard for the job, to pay your rents, to pay your basic necessities like rents, groceries, and then studies is a different matter. So yeah, I cannot answer this question. I cannot answer in a straightforward answer. But I would say the choice depends on the students and what their motivation is. If I reverse the question and ask you the same question, what will you answer?
मैले चाहिँ नेपालमा ब्याचलर्स गरेर चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो काम गरेँ जस्तो लाग्छ कि किनभने जुन चाहिँ फाउन्डेसन मलाई चाहिने थियो त्यो 3-4 वर्षको पिरियडमा चाहिँ नट जस्ट टेक्निकल स्किल्स सफ्टवेयर इन्जिनियरिङ स्किल्स अरू स्किल्स पनि कि एज अ पर्सन नै म अलिकति बढी म्याच्योर भइसकेको थिएँ अनि नेपालमा आइटी कम्पनीमा काम गरेको भएर चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ आफूले आफूलाई यहाँ सेल गर्न एकदमै सजिलो भयो कि मलाई
Exactly,
चाहिँ
exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, see, like you and me being an IT, like we may be biased because we are IT students, right? People may say like you guys are IT and like you can like boast about these stuff. But I'd say that like, it's true for almost all courses or all subjects, no matter what faculty. Like because when you come abroad, you see the fancy life and like you see, oh my God, we are in Canada and like you like to do fun stuff. I've seen lots of like people from my country like just quit like that. Like they just don't care and like they just quit. So I'm like but you want like when you came to Canada, I knew that you would complete your degree and tell the people that you were nominated in the dean's list, right?
That's different part of the story. Let's not jump into that for now.
Okay.
अझै चाहिँ यहाँ मेरो चाहिँ के भन्ने अर्को क्वेसन के भयो भन्दाखेरि जस्तै म हाई स्कुल पास सर्भिस पाएँ भनेदेखि म के पढ्ने भनेर त आफ्नो चोइस हुन्छ, त्यही भएर त्यो क्वेसन म अहिले गर्दिनँ। तर कस्तो खालको कोर्स चाहिँ पढ्ने त, डिप्लोमा पढ्ने कि कोअप भएको पढ्ने कि ब्याचलर्स पढ्ने कि
I would say if you're like you can go for any of the courses, right? You can go for any of the courses, but in my personal opinion, you get to study once, right? People come over here, get the diploma, and after diploma they don't study at all because they see the money over here. They don't want to study, and all the life they spend their lives like working at a grocery store or like if you are not ambitious. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I would recommend people to at least complete the bachelor's because if you get a bachelor's degree from a university in Canada, you'll be recognized throughout the world, no matter where you go. You know what I mean? Like go to any part of the world with a Canadian degree and see the power of the degree.
या मैले नि त्यही नै भन्छु होला। जे पढ्यो भने पनि हुन्छ, ब्याचलर्स पढे नि भयो, डिप्लोमा पढे नि भयो, त्यति धेरै डिफरेन्स पनि छैन। एज लङ एज तिम्रो कोर्समा चाहिँ कोअप छ भने कि कोअपले चाहिँ के गराउँछ भन्दाखेरि त्यो इन्डस्ट्रीमा चाहिँ छिर्ने एउटा गोल्डन अपर्च्युनिटी जस्तै दिन्छ कि। क्यानाडामा कोअप र इन्टर्नसिप चाहिँ इक्विभ्यालेन्ट भन्छ मान्छेले, इक्विभ्यालेन्ट होइन कि। कोअप भनेको चाहिँ सरकारले नै फन्ड गर्छ कि, सो स्टार्टअपहरूलाई चाहिँ सरकारले पैसा दिन्छ कोअप गराउनको लागि चाहिँ। अनि त्यही भएर कोअप पाउने चान्स चाहिँ एकदमै बढी हुन्छ। अनि एउटा कोअप पाइसकेपछि चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ अर्को कोअप अर्को फुल टाइम अपर्च्युनिटीको लागि चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ स्टेपिङ स्टोन जस्तै हुन्छ कि।
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Regarding co-op in my province, specifically in my province, so there are certain prerequisites to do co-ops. First of all, your GPA has to exceed 3. Okay. Next up, you'll have to pay certain amount of money for doing co-op. Like it's like a separate course. It's like an addition to a course. Like its credits are also counted. So I think in my province, you have to pay $800 to the university to get a 4 months co-op. But it's not the money that matters. It's the experience that counts. I've seen people getting hired, like recruited in like major tech companies while working as a co-op. The company I work at, they have hired like, I guess 5 co-ops from university in New Brunswick. And by God, they are very lucky students. Like they are getting the exposure of their life. Like, you cannot ask for more. Like the company I work at is a very prestigious, like upcoming company in the field of utilities. And the students are getting like all the exposure that they need. So I would say co-op is the best. And at last, what I like to add is it doesn't matter you study diploma, bachelor's or co-op or whatever. Study it with passion.
Okay.
Study it with passion, gain the skills.
मेरो अर्को नेक्स्ट क्वेसन चाहिँ हाउ मच डज यो ग्रेड म्याटर्स भनेर थियो कि ठ्याक्कै हजुरले मेन्सन गर्नुभयो एटलिस्ट 3.0 मिनिमम जिपिए मेन्टेन गर्नुपर्छ भनेर होइन। अनि त्यसमा अरू केही कुरा नि एड गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ ग्रेडमा चाहिँ? Once you come to Canada,
grade doesn't matter. You're spending like in terms of Nepalese currency, you're spending lakh of money, right? It's almost like, I think my university is the cheapest because I pay around $15,000 per year, but other universities are expensive in Canada, right? And you pay like tons of money for your degree. And after paying tons of money, if you don't get, like, even if you don't get a good degree, that will be a stain on your reputation. Plus, degree, the grades in your degree does matter. Because many of the companies that I went to interview, they asked me for my grades. Though some companies like Google or Elon Musk, they don't require a college degree, right? But I would say, if you get a good degree, it doesn't harm to carry an extra weapon to a battle, right? So whenever you go for a battle, a good grade with a good degree is always an asset. I would say that. So try aiming for a very good degree, for a very good grade.
यो चाहिँ एकदमै ट्रु हो कि यो मैले कसरी रियलाइज गरेँ भन्दाखेरि नर्मली त्यो गफ हान्नलाई फो आयो भन्नलाई होइन कि तर जुन बेलामा चाहिँ रेज्युमे र ट्रान्सक्रिप्ट एट्याच गरेर हामीले त्यो कम्पनीहरूमा एप्लाई गर्छौँ त्यो फो आउने स्टुडेन्ट र अब लेट्स से म चाहिँ एउटा कम्पनीको ओनर हो रे जुनसुकै कम्पनी जुनसुकै फिल्डमा होस् कम्पनीको ओनर हो मसँग दुईटा रेज्युमे छ दुवैजना इन्टरनेसनल स्टुडेन्ट हो एउटाको 4 छ एउटाको 3 छ मलाई त यो पाउने त यतिकै राम्रो भयो नि त किनभने जजिङ क्राइटेरियामा त ग्रेडिङ अभियसली पर्यो नि त त्यही भएर पनि त्यो एउटा जब फर्स्ट जब पाउन चाहिँ एकदमै हेल्प गर्ने भएको भएर फर्स्ट जब नपाइन्जेलसम्म चाहिँ ग्रेडिङ एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट ग्रेड एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई फेरि त्यसपछि चाहिँ अनि त्यो कोर्स पनि काम छैन केही पनि काम छैन त्यसपछि चाहिँ
नो स्किल्स आर रिक्वायर्ड दो skills are required. Like if you are going to be an engineer, good grades plus skills. Like let's say I cannot speak about other faculties, right? You and me, we are computer engineers basically, right? अब हामीसँग हामीलाई कोडिङै गर्नु आउँदैन तर लाइक आवर जीपीए इज 4 भनेपछि के मतलब भयो त त्यो हामीलाई कोडिङको हेलो वर्ल्ड लेख्न आउँदैन रे हेलो वर्ल्ड लेख्न आउँदैन
त्यही केसमा पनि एउटालाई चाहिँ हेलो वर्ल्ड लेख्न आउँछ एउटालाई आउँदैन हुँदाखेरि पनि जीपीए राम्रो भएको चाहिँ हायर हुने चान्स बढी हुन सक्छ किनभने इन्टरभ्यूहरूले चाहिँ उसको चाहिँ त्यो क्राइटेरियामा अनकन्सियसली परिरहेको हुन्छ कि यो मान्छे चाहिँ राम्रो छ भनेर जस्तै
तर I'll stop you there. I'll add something there because हाम्रो software field मा चाहिँ के I've seen the pattern is that even though you have a good GPA, still you have to give a coding test. Did you give a coding test not?
Out of many companies, BMO मा चाहिँ मैले दिएन त्यो भन्दा पहिला अरूहरुमा चाहिँ कोडिङ टेस्टहरु दिएको
Yeah, so I had to give a coding test. And this is a true story. I don't know if that guy is watching. So there was a guy. He's a top level genius in my university. Like he's like far better than like he's been here like he's 1 or 2 years senior to me too. And he's a genius. I applied at this company. He applied at the same company. His GPA is way better than mine, by the way.
Okay.
I got 87% in my coding test because I knew JavaScript. I've been doing JavaScript for a long time, right? He got 68%. And his statement was, bro, I didn't know how to do jQuery. So you see, like,
okay.
See, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you may have all the good GPAs in the world. You may have all the good grades. But if you fail the coding test, like, if you don't have the skills, then you're done. And he was not hired.
हाम्रो भनेपछि चाहिँ कन्क्लुजन निकाल्नु पर्दा चाहिँ ग्रेड म्याटर गर्छ तर त्यो भन्दा नि म्याटर गर्ने चाहिँ स्किल्स हो अनि फर्स्ट जब नपाइन्जेलसम्म चाहिँ ग्रेड एकदमै राम्रो मेन्टेन गर्नु त्यसपछि चाहिँ काम छैन ग्रेडिङ है त
यो चाहिँ हाम्रो मोस्ट लाइक ग्रेड भनेको तिम्रो कस्तो भन्दाखेरि इट्स योर आइडेन्टिटी के हैन इट्स योर आइडेन्टिटी जस्तो भनौं न अब विजय उप्रेती भन्छ नि आई नो यु एज विजय के तिम्रो नाम त कहिले चेन्ज हुँदैन नि त grades are similar. Okay? Grades will never change. तिमीले actually grades पाएपछि they will be a stamp on your soul क्या त्यसपछि for your life.
Okay. तर करियर वाइज चाहिँ त्यति धेरै असर पार्छ जस्तो लाग्दैन मलाई अब मेरो हाई स्कुलमा जे भयो नि मलाई त बाले भइरहेको म हाई स्कुलमा त दुईटामा फेल भएको हो नि त तर त्यो त अब कहिले पनि काम लाग्दैन के
Okay, so let me tell you. I had a gap of like 3 years, 4 years. I still got visa to Canada. Why? Because I had a good grade in high school.
त्यो चाहिँ हो फेरि
And my
त्यो
IELTS
चाहिँ
score
हो
was good. See, so
ल
grade
यो
does
चाहिँ
matter
हाम्रो
along with skills.
यो चाहिँ हाम्रो युनि रिलेटेड क्वेसन भयो युनिभर्सिटी रिलेटेड क्वेसनहरू थियो अब चाहिँ मलाई हजुरको वर्क एक्सपिरियन्सको बारेमा एकदमै थाहा पाउन मन लागेको कि क्यानाडा आउने बित्तिकै एज अ सफ्टवेयर डेभलपर काम गर्न थाल्नु भयो कि के भयो त हजुरको करियर वाइज जर्नी चाहिँ सुनाइदिनु न अनि फेरि त्यही दोहोऱ्याएर
No,
गर्नु पाएको भए चाहिँ कसरी इम्प्रुभ गर्थेँ भनेर चाहिँ भनिदिनु न
no. Okay, so I'll be brutally honest with you, Eda. I'll be brutally honest with you. When I first came to Canada, I was totally new over here. I didn't know anybody. I had no family, I had no friends. And you know the cliche, they say that if you go abroad, you have to wash utensils and etc., etc. I'm the living proof that I actually did wash utensils for 3 months in the winter. There's a college called culinary college called Holland College. I used to go there for 3 months to wash dishes because there was no other job during the time I came. I came late fall. I think I came in the fall of 2019, and there were not many jobs. There were not many people that were hiring, right? So that job was the only job I got. I literally washed utensils for 3 months in the winter. After that, I started my university and I was studying my university. Then after that job, I left the dishwashing job. I got hired as a grocery clerk at Atlantic Superstore. I worked there for almost 1.5 hours, I guess. Yeah, 1.5 hours, 1.5 years, sorry, 1.5 years. And then I was studying at the university at the same time, and I had been applying at various IT companies. But all the IT companies ko bhanai ke थियो भन्दाखेरि, oh, you're a student, we are looking for a full-time employee, we cannot hire you, we like you, but I'm sorry, etc. You know, stuff like that, because they don't want to take the risk with the students. Because students can only work for 20 hours, right? They have a limit of 20 hours. Fortunately for me, luckily, I would thank my lucky stars. I came across, somebody came to me and told me that there is a company that is looking for software developers. And I said, yeah, let's see. Let's see what my luck holds. So I just applied on their website. The moment I applied, after 2 hours, I got a mail from the boss of the company. And he wanted to speak to me. He asked me for my phone number. And the next day, I gave him my phone number on the same day. The next day, he called me up. He was in Toronto. He spoke to me for 45 minutes. He was such a good guy. Such a good guy. I told him about before this company, I had worked at a software company, but they were not good. That the work environment was very toxic, so that's why I didn't mention it, because I didn't want to defame them. But it was very toxic work environment. And then this new boss, he called me and he asked me where I worked at. I told him all about my toxic work environment experience and stuff like that. And he casually said yeah, our company is not like that. We are there to help. So he spoke to me for almost 45 minutes. And after that, he said, Rejoy, I really like you. I'll send you a link to a test. And if you pass the test, we'll hire you. I said, thank you for this opportunity. I thanked him very much. And he said, if I was in PI, we'd be having this conversation while having coffee. I said, yeah, why not? Why not? And then things happened. I gave the test. I got 87. After the test, the next day I see offer letter come up. Offer letter came up to my mail. And
that's so nice to hear.
Yeah, offer letter came up. Yeah, offer letter came up. I quit the grocery clerk job. I dedicated all my time to this job.
So हजुरले चाहिँ कहाँ चाहिँ हामीलाई इन्स्पायर गर्नुभयो भन्दा चाहिँ एज अ स्टुडेन्ट पनि हजुरले सफ्टवेयर डेभलपर भएर काम गर्नुभयो कि पार्ट टाइम सफ्टवेयर डेभलपर भएर काम गर्नुभयो अनि तर त्यो चाहिँ आफ्टर 2 इयर्स मात्रै हो नि त सो इफ यु टु डु इट अगेन त्यो रेट चाहिँ घटाउन सकिन्छ कि भनेर मेरो क्वेसन कि जस्तै अब नयाँ जेनेरेसनको कोही आयो भने चाहिँ त्यो टाइम फ्रेम चाहिँ घटाएर 2 इयर्सको ठाउँमा आफ्टर 3 मन्थ्स चाहिँ कसैले आइटी फिल्डमा जागिर पाउन सक्छ कि
सकिन्छ किनकि one thing, Canada IT is progressing rapidly. I know. First thing, there are a couple of things, couple of checkpoints that you need to undergo. First, first and foremost, improve your skills. Right? Improve your skills. Go to HackerRank, go to Catis. And if I'm talking in terms of computer science, I'm not talking like I don't know about other fields. If you're a computer science student, go to Catis, go to HackerRank, go to different like programming challenges website, learn code, learn how to code. After that, maintain your LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile, I'll tell you, is the most important. Did I tell you that I got a job offer from Amazon too?
Yeah.
So, so I couldn't do it because I was still a student. They were looking for someone full-time. I was a student, basically, right? And I got like job after I got, and hilariously, after I started working for this company, I got job offers from like 3 or 4 different companies. So you see, you just need the exposure. You just need the network. Like how I got the job offers, a few were from LinkedIn, a few were from like word of mouth, because they were starting to know that I was here. Because basically PI is a very small province, because everybody knows everybody over here, right? So that's why I'll say like LinkedIn profile, skills, and your portfolio, if you can.
ल यो चाहिँ कम्प्युटर साइन्स स्टुडेन्टहरूलाई भयो होइन अनि यो चाहिँ इन्ट्रेस्टिङली चाहिँ म कतै गएँ भनेदेखि चाहिँ म चाहिँ वर्क फ्रम होम हो नि त मेरो अनि म कोहीसँग गफ गरेँ भने चाहिँ म चाहिँ कम्प्युटर फिल्डमा काम गर्छु भन्यो भने चाहिँ नयाँ मान्छेहरू रहेछ अनि ऊ चाहिँ कम्प्युटर ब्याकग्राउन्डको होइन रहेछ अनि अलिक एजेडै रहेछ भने पनि भाइ मैले नि यो कम्प्युटर पढ्न खोजिरहेको थिएँ मैले चाहिँ पढ्न मिल्दैन भनेर सोध्नुहुन्छ कि अनि मलाई चाहिँ त्यो डिस्करेज गर्ने होइन नि यहाँ त सबैजना बुढाबुढा भएर नि कलेजहरूमा गएर पढेर सिकेर जागिर खाइरहेको हुन्छ नि त त्यस्तो मान्छेलाई चाहिँ के सजेस्ट गर्नुहुन्छ हजुर जस्तै 35 इयर्सको कोही मान्छे छ अरे अनि he want to get into computer field अब चाहिँ हजुरको सजेसन के हुन्छ
I'll tell you one thing. I always believe that it's never too late to learn. Until you have the passion, until you have the gist inside of you, until you have the burning passion, like म गरेरै देखाउँछु, I will do it. त्यो जबसम्म तिमीसँग छ, anybody can do anything. Take the example of Jack Ma. Jack Ma, like you'll say you took an example of a famous celebrity or something like that. And no, it applies to everybody. He didn't become like he was not born a billionaire, right? He became a billionaire at the age of 40. Do you agree with me? So in my opinion, like I'll give you an example of myself. I always wanted to be a guitarist when I was a kid, but I had to focus on my studies, like as with our typical Nepali families, right? They were like, you have to be an engineer. I gave up my guitars. But right now, I'm doing computer programming as well as guitar in my spare time. Because I believe that it's never too late to learn. And I'm really doing good in guitars too, by the way. I'll play you solo. I'll play you solo when I come to Toronto.
Okay, we'll make sure to keep that in my YouTube channel as well. तर मेरो क्वेसन चाहिँ अझ अलिकति क्लियरली आन्सर भएन कि त्यो सक्छ भनेर चाहिँ थाहा भयो हैन सक्छु भन्ने चाहिँ छ प्यासन पनि छ तर कसरी स्टार्ट गर्ने त भन्ने चाहिँ भयो कि कलेज गएर पढ्ने कि घरमै पढ्ने
फर्स्टमा सेल्फ लर्न गर्नु कलेज गएर पैसा खर्च गर्नु भन्दाखेरि कलेज गएर सिधै एकैचोटी हैन आई वान्ट टु कम्प्युटर साइन्स भनेर खर्च गर्नु भन्दाखेरि आजकल एभ्रिथिङ इज ओपन सोर्स यु नो दैट हैन get your hands dirty by like learning in WT schools or like different like tutorials points त्यहाँ गएर 2-3 वटा कोर्सेस हेर्नु आफैले 1-2 वटा like कोडहरु गर्नु खोज्नु and if you really think that is your passion go for it if you really think किनकि तिमीलाई त्यहाँबाट इन्ट्रेस्ट जाग्नु पर्यो हैन बट तिमीले in the midst of doing it if you feel that no this is too overwhelming for me I cannot progress with this further etc भन्ने you can just leave it like you are better off doing something else because you know not everybody is a genius if everybody would like Einstein's philosophy theory like if everybody is taught to be a genius then if considered to be a genius then a fish something he can be judged by the ability to climb the trees so you would call a fish a fool right so not everybody is built for computer science you have to have a knack for it you have to have the skills for it you have to have the logic for it so if you really want to get into computer science even for the older people डिरेक्ट कलेजमा गएर पैसा खर्च गर्नुभन्दा फर्स्टमा WT स्कुल्समा जाऊ, ट्युटोरियल्स पोइन्टमा जाऊ, गेट your hands dirty a bit. हेर त्यो feel the water भन्छ नि, तिमी पनि स्विमिङ पुलमा जाँदाखेरि डिरेक्ट लाइक एकैचोटि हाम फाल्छ, यु डाइभ इन or like you just taste the water. Test the water, sorry. You test the water, right? एउटा उंगला के अरे फिङ्गर डुबाएर हेर्छौ तिमीले हैन, फिङ्गर डुबाएर हेर्छौ अनि त्यसपछि you feel कि how cold the water is, and if it's like warm enough then you dive in. So to all the people who want to get into computer science, if you are really passionate, try. Everything is open source right now. Like internet has like really progressed over the years. So test your skills, like test your passion. Open source pada, and if you feel that yes, you can actually do it, go for the courses.
Okay, so त्यो त भयो हैन. अब फेरि यसमै follow-up question पनि हैन, related question भनौँ न. For people, for international students who wants to come and study in Canada, what do you suggest? यहाँ आउनुभन्दा पहिला चाहिँ के चाहिँ सजेस्ट गर्नुहुन्छ? केही पढेको भए राम्रो हुन्थ्यो कि भनेर त्यस्तो केही सजेसन छ?
Yeah, I would really suggest like learn a bit of coding, like specifically like मान्छेहरु कुरा गर्छ C, C++ को कुरा गर्छ है, ल्याङ्ग्वेजको टर्म्समा हैन. I would say yeah, that's a good platform. तर C, C++ भन्दा नि learn the foundation of coding. Why do we write codes? Because like I have seen people, they don't even know why do we write codes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do you write code? You write code because you want to communicate, you want to solve some problem, right? What do you mean by solving problem? You give certain instructions to the computer interprets those instructions and makes life easier for the other users. That's why we write code. So foundation build gara. If you want to learn WT schools, sir, learn HTML, basics of HTML, CSS, and at least learn C, C++, or Java. Object-oriented programming foundation, if you do it, life, trust me, life will be much easier for you. Understand the different terms. What are identifiers? What are variables? What is a token? What is a semicolon? Like, you know what I mean? If you learn these terms, life will be much easier for you, trust me. Because I've seen many people like the computer science field, faculty, like it's just like it has a slow start, but once you get rolling in your degree, you'll not have time to stop and like learn again. No, it doesn't stop for you. It will become too much overwhelming for you. And I've seen lots of people quit.
त्यही भएर चाहिँ नेपालबाटै केही सिके एटलिस्ट कम्प्युटर साइन्समा आउँदैछ भने चाहिँ फाउन्डेसनल कोर्सेसहरु सिकेर आयो भने राम्रो भन्ने कुरा हो.
Yeah, and did you know that people तिमीले सुनेको छौ छैन? I've some of my relatives, when they go, before they go to Australia, they take bartending courses, they take barista courses. Did you know that?
Oh, मैले पनि बारिस्टाको ट्रेनिङ लिएर आएको हो यहाँ.
हैन, कम्प्युटर साइन्स स्टुडेन्टले बारिस्टा ट्रेनिङ लिनु भन्दा बरु कम्प्युटर साइन्सको ट्रेनिङ लिँदा कस्तो होला?
एकदमै राम्रो होला.
हैन, एकदमै राम्रो हुन्छ नि त. क्यों फाउन्डेसन त बन्यो नि त. किनकि तिमी यहाँ आएर युनिभर्सिटी पनि जाऊ, 20 hours काम पनि गर, cook your own food, wash your own utensils, अनि wash your own clothes, do everything on your own, and त्यसपछि त you'll not have time to like, you know, learn new things.
No.
Unless you already know the stuff that is being taught. Trust me, actually, your language sikepachi, it will be very easy for you. Kinaki, every language is like everything you learn is just a stepping stone. So I would say at least foundation चाहिँ बनाएर आऊ, computer science बाट आउँछ भने चाहिँ that would be much easier for you. Trust me.
Yes, much I second that. एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरा हो यो चाहिँ. यहाँ म बस्ने घरमा अरू भाइहरू पनि बस्नुहुन्छ अनि उनीहरूले चाहिँ कम्प्युटर साइन्स नै पढिरहेको छ कि ताई एचटीएमएल सीएसएस मात्र पढ्दा जाभास्क्रिप्ट पढेर आउनु पर्थ्यो भन्ने भन्छ कि तिनीहरूले. अनि which is एकदमै ट्रु कि उनीहरूले एकदमै मेहनत गरिरहेछ.
तिनीहरूले के भन्न भन्दाखेरि ल्याङ्ग्वेज स्पेसिफिक भन्दा यस जाभास्क्रिप्ट इज अ इम्पोर्टेन्ट, तर जाभास्क्रिप्ट इज जस्ट स्क्रिप्ट ल्याङ्ग्वेज नि त हैन. ल्याङ्ग्वेज स्पेसिफिक भन्दा नि कोर्स फाउन्डेसन स्पेसिफिक हो के, लाइक अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड वाट प्रोग्रामिङ डज के. वाइ डु युज जाभास्क्रिप्ट? तिनीहरूले जाभास्क्रिप्ट आए पनि हुन्थ्यो भन्छ, तर जाभास्क्रिप्टले के गर्छ थाहा नै छैन. एचटीएमएल के गर्छ थाहा
त्यो जाभास्क्रिप्ट आयो भने चाहिँ अब हामी अलिकति धेरै टेक्निकल हुँदैछौँ होइन, तर लेट्स बी टेक्निकल। हामी दुवैजना कम्प्युटर साइन्स नर्ड भएको भएर चाहिँ
Yeah.
त्यो जाभास्क्रिप्ट आयो भने चाहिँ फाउन्डेसन अफ प्रोग्रामिङ आउँछ कि। हजुरले जुन
आउँछ
भन्नुभयो नि त्यो भेरिएबल्स, लुप भन्यो, डेटा स्ट्रक्चरहरू भन्यो, जे भन्यो भने पनि एउटा प्रोग्रामिङ ल्याङ्ग्वेज आयो भने त्यो सिक्छ कि।
यो जाभास्क्रिप्ट डेभलपर्सहरूले किन यस्तो भन्छ थाहा छ? किनकि मैले धेरै सुनेको छु कि जाभास्क्रिप्ट डेभलपर्सहरूले चाहिँ जाभास्क्रिप्ट गऱ्यो भने चाहिँ फाउन्डेसन कोर्सेस किन भन्छ थाहा छ? किनकि जाभास्क्रिप्ट इज भिजुअली अपिलिङ हेर। JavaScript is visually appealing as compared to other programming languages like C and C++. C and C++ you see all the outputs in a console, right? And that's not visually appealing. That's boring. So JavaScript, you get all the HTML div tags and like form tags, and you can manipulate the behavior. You can get alert messages. Oh, and JavaScript is a bit more appealing than other languages. But choice is yours.
जाभास्क्रिप्ट नै पढेर आऊ भनेको त होइन, एटलिस्ट एउटा प्रोग्रामिङ ल्याङ्ग्वेज पढेर आऊ भनेको।
And what I'll say, programming language, at least understand the concepts. What is a variable? तिमीले भन्यो नि variable भनेको के हो? Understand what is a variable. Understand what is a loop. Understand what is a conditional. हो त्यो चाहिँ बुझेर आऊ भन्नु खोजेको मैले चाहिँ। At least त्यति बुझ्यो भने you'll be doing good in your programming career. Trust me.
Exactly. लगभग हामीले युनि रिलेटेड, टेक रिलेटेड क्वेसनहरू पनि गऱ्यौँ। अब हजुरको वर्क एक्सपिरियन्सहरूको कुरा नि गऱ्यौँ। अब चाहिँ लेट्स डाइभ इन्टु सम मिसेलेनियस क्वेसनहरू होइन। जस्तै चाहिँ व्हाट डु यु थिङ्क अबाउट लिभिङ कस्ट अफ क्यानाडा?
It's okay. It's not too bad. Like हाम्रो नेपालीहरूको टेन्डेन्सी चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि we convert everything. You know what I mean? Like हामी suppose like if I go to buy like olive oil, I'm not saying other Nepalese, even me. I suppose go to buy cooking oil, I buy olive oil, right? And the olive oil costs me around $12.99. And I'm like, if I convert this in Nepali currency, it's like 12 into 8 is how much? 96. So it's 960 rupees. Oh my God, I'm paying 1,000 rupees for like as 1 liter of cooking oil. Yeah.
As of today, 1 CAD is equals to 99 NPR.
Yeah, I mean, we Nepalese have the tendency to like convert it, right? So yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it's manageable. Like, if you keep the university fees aside, okay, if you keep the university fees aside, and if you're just here to study and like pay for your basic necessities like rent, groceries, and yeah, sometimes fun, sometimes like only fun. Sometimes, like not every day, some fun sometimes, then it's not too bad, I would say, because it's your struggling phase.
अझ यसलाई अलि स्पेसिफिक हौँ है त। म चाहिँ क्यानाडामा आएर घरबाट पैसा नमागिकन सर्भाइभ गर्न सक्छु चाहिँ, यसको चाहिँ एन्सर थाहा पाउन मन लाग्यो कि मलाई चाहिँ। हजुरको एक्सपिरियन्सले के भन्छ?
मैले अरूहरूले काम गरेको देखेको छु है। I've seen other Nepalese work. I've seen some Nepalese work 2 or 3 jobs at a time. They only cash ma. I know. I've seen them work, I know. And they don't ask money from their parents. While I've seen some who ask money from their parents for 2 or 3 years, and the last year they sponsor on their own.
Okay.
Me, I also asked money from my parents for first year.
फर्स्ट इयर भनेको चाहिँ हजुर नेपालबाट आउँदा कि त्यसपछिको अर्को सेकेन्ड इयर चाहिँ?
नेपालबाट आउँदा त my parents completely sponsored me. And त्यसपछि for half semester, no, the next semester also my parents sponsored me because I was working as a dishwasher and I was having hard time like surviving too. And like for a few semesters my parents supported me, but after that slowly and steadily I understood like सुरुमा आउँदाखेरि के गल्ती गर्छ भन्दाखेरि मान्छेले एक्सपेन्सेसहरु बुझ्दैन के यहाँ। I mean I have nobody to tell me like कहाँ cheap सस्तो कुराहरु पाउँछ, कहाँ expensive commoditiesहरु पाउँछ. I went to buy groceries at the most expensive retail store in Canada, so obviously I spent more money. All the money that I had brought with me all got spent on groceries because I had nobody to tell me like you are doing it wrong. तर actually यहाँ आएर settle भएपछि you'll know what is a cheaper option. I would say university fees, if you keep the university fees aside, it's manageable. It's manageable.
Okay.
What do you say?
मैले त युनिभर्सिटी त पढिनँ, तर मेरो एक्सपिरियन्सले चाहिँ के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि युनिभर्सिटी नै पढ्यो भने पनि दुःख गर्यो भने चाहिँ इनकेस घरबाट पठाउन सक्नुहुन्न भने चाहिँ म्यानेजेबल चाहिँ छ, अनलेस बिरामी भयो अरू कुनै इन्सिडेन्ट भयो भने। तर
तिम्रो यो पोइन्टमा एउटा म कन्ट्राडिक्सन भनौँ, किनकि म अलिकति यो कुरामा किन अग्री गर्दिनँ भन्दाखेरि दुःख गर्यो भनेपछि लाइक वर्किङ टु जब्स होला होइन, तर तिमीले वर्किङ टु जब्स अनि त्यसपछि स्टडिङ एट द सेम टाइम, डु यु थिङ्क इट्स फिजिबल? यदि पढ्नै आएको भने
इट्स नट फिजिबल, इट्स नट फिजिबल।
द्याट्स वाइ आइम ट्राइङ टु से इट्स नट फिजिबल नि त, किनकि तिमी योर इन्टेन्सन इज टु स्टडी, इफ यु आर हियर ओन्ली टु स्टडी होइन, तिमीले पढ्नु पर्यो। अब पढ्दाखेरि तिमीलाई वान जब नै हेक्टिक हुन्छ, टु जब्स गरेर इम्पोसिबल हो।
भनेपछि पोसिबल छ, तर पढाइ बिग्रिन सक्छ भनौँ न।
देयर इज अ हाई चान्स अफ लाइक कि त तिमी नसुतिकन पढ्नु पनि पर्यो, दुईटा जब पनि गर्नु पर्यो,
त्यो विच इज नट पोसिबल प्र्याक्टिकली,
विच इज नट पोसिबल, प्र्याक्टिकली नट पोसिबल।
त्यही भएर चाहिँ सबैभन्दा राम्रो चोइस चाहिँ इनकेस त्यो अलिकति नर्मल क्लासको फ्यामिली हुनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ युनिभर्सिटी नै सस्तो खोज्ने कि त्यो चाहिँ राम्रो हुनसक्छ। अनि स्कलरसिप ग्रान्ट्सहरूमा चाहिँ एप्लाई गर्ने कि त्योहरू चाहिँ हुनसक्छ।
स्कलरसिप ग्रान्ट्सहरू अप्लाई गर्ने, प्रोफेसरको नजरमा आउने, लाइक हुन्छ नि तिनीहरूको हाइन्डसाइटमा आउने, अनि समरमा यु गेट 4 months भेकेसन, काम गर्ने समरमा, वर्षको काम जति समरमा गर्ने 2-3वटा जब गरिदिने।
अझ मेरो एउटा एकदमै के भन्नुलाई
बर्निङ क्वेसन,
स्ट्रेट सजेसन भन्ने कि यसलाई चाहिँ एकदमै हावा सजेसन भन्ने, तर नर्मली मैले देखेको चाहिँ हामी जुन चाहिँ मेरो नेपाली सर्कल साथीहरू छ देखेको चाहिँ समरमा काम गर्ने, एकदमै धेरै काम गर्ने, पैसा नि कमाउने, तर म चाहिँ नगर्ने कि। अनि पैसा चाहिँ बराबर जस्तै कमाउने, किन भन्दा चाहिँ म चाहिँ हाई पेइङ जब्समा फोकस गर्छु कि, बरु अलिकति बढी मेहनत गरेर। अनि कोही मान्छेले 80 घन्टा काम गरेर मैले जति कमाउँछ र अनि मैले चाहिँ 40 घन्टा काम गरेर उसले जति कमाउँछु भने चाहिँ मेरो लाइफ ह्याप्पी पनि भयो। अनि फेरि यो चाहिँ टेक्निकल रोल भएको भएर चाहिँ अझ चाहिँ यो चाहिँ प्रोग्रेसिङ भयो कि, जस्तै 80 घन्टा काम गरेर ग्रो भएन, म चाहिँ 40 घन्टा काम गरेर ग्रो पनि भइरहेको छु कि।
That's the trade of a software developer, you know, because I don't work on the weekends. I'm off on the weekends, and on the weekends I don't work anywhere else, because I think if I work anywhere else, I'll just be spending my energy. Rather, I would spend the weekend studying stuff like, you know, improving my coding skills and stuff like that. So yeah, I think one job is enough as long as it's like you said, high paying tech job. That's what where I'm working at. So yeah.
ल त्यो पनि भयो। अब लिभिङ कस्ट अफ क्यानाडामा चाहिँ हामीले कन्क्लुजन चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ, ब्याचलर्सलाई नै आयो भने चाहिँ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएसनहरूलाई म जस्तो 1 वर्ष मात्रै पढ्यो भने चाहिँ सजिलो हुन्छ। 2 वर्षसम्म पढ्यो भने पनि समरमा अलिक बढी काम गरेर म्यानेज गर्न चाहिँ सक्छ, तर पढाइ चाहिँ बिग्रिन सक्छ भन्ने कुरा भयो। म्यानेज चाहिँ गर्न नसक्ने इम्पोसिबल चाहिँ होइन है त। अब मेरो अर्को क्वेसन, यो चाहिँ अलिकति कन्ट्रोभर्सियल क्वेसन हुन सक्छ। वुड यु रिकमेन्ड कमिङ टु क्यानाडा अर गोइङ टु एनी अदर कन्ट्रिज?
This is a
by any other we mean European countries or Australia or India. नेपालबाट त इन्डिया नै पढ्न गइरहेको छ नि त।
या मेरो इन्डिया पढ्नु गयो भने इन्डिया त तिम्रो पढ्नुको लागि मात्रै जान्छ र। इन्डिया इज सोली अबाउट स्टडी। इन्डिया मेरो पर्सेप्सनमा इन्डिया, जर्मनी और युरोपियन कन्ट्रिजहरू जो जान्छ, और युएस, आई मिन सबैजना पढ्नु नै जान्छ होइन, तर दे आर मोर स्टडी ओरिएन्टेड। यु नो व्हाट आई मिन, लाइक इफ यु गो टु युरोप लाइक जर्मनी, तिमी एक्सेल गर्नै पर्छ, तिमीले खत्रै भएर निस्किन्छ जर्मनीमा। इफ यु गो टु युएसए, यु ह्याभ टु स्टडी। Without studying, like, you don't get a visa. If you come to Canada, you have to study. I mean, no matter where you go, you have to study. But I believe Australia चाहिँ मान्छेहरू धेरै पैसा कमाउन जान्छ।
मलाई यो आउँछ जस्तो लागेको थियो, तर विच इज ट्रु पनि हामीले देखिरहेको मात्र त्यही त छ नि। मेरो अस्ति भर्खर एकजना भाइ गएको थियो कि 7 लाख पठाइसक्यो अरे कि, 3-4 महिना भयो गएको, 7 लाख घर पठाइसक्यो अरे कि, कसरी पठाए थाहा छैन है।
I have heard similar stories, because Australia, like, I mean, people work like crazy, you know. They just work. They're just focused on work. Like, just the other day, one student, like like there's a student who had asked me from a long time back that she wanted to come to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like recently, I found out she wants to go to Australia, and I said, "Why are you going to Australia? Why don't you come to Canada? Because you get a PR over here, and the studies, like even the studies is good, right? Like you'll be more like study oriented." And she said, "No, no, Australia is good." I mean, she's clearly influenced by consultancies because the general perception is that you earn more money in Australia, which is true, by the way, which is
Which
true.
is
Like
not true. म
I
चाहिँ
mean,
एग्री गर्दिनँ.
look at the wage structure of Australia, the minimum wage of Australia. And the funny thing is, like, though it's illegal to work more than 20, but still people work, right? And they don't get into troubles.
होइन यस्तो हामी फेरि टेक ब्याकग्राउन्डको भएको भएर चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ नर्थ अमेरिकामा भएको भएर हामीलाई धेरै अपर्च्युनिटीहरू चाहिँ छ कि जस्ट आफ्टर कम्प्लिटिङ ग्रेजुएटिङ चाहिँ हामीलाई जस्तो नर्थ अमेरिकामा भएको मान्छेलाई जति अपर्च्युनिटी अस्ट्रेलियामा पाउँदैन कि एटलिस्ट टेक
Okay.
सेक्टरमा चाहिँ पाउँदैन. त्यो
Australia is
स्टुडेन्ट
fun.
लाइफ भइन्जेल बढी कमाउला त्यो त त्यही त सर्ट टर्म गोल कि लङ टर्म गोल भन्नेमा नि फरक पर्छ होला कि
Exactly.
त्यसमा चाहिँ.
Exactly. I know. तर गर्ने मान्छेले पनि गरिरहेको छ फेरि. I've seen people like go to Australia, get a PR, and like work in the tech company. Even some of my friends, right? गर्ने मान्छेले पनि गरिरहेको छ जो चाहिँ एकदम damn serious हुन्छ नि, like they want to study, they are only there to study भन्ने typeको people. But some people, I mean, it's a controversial statement and no
त्यही
no
त
judgment to them,
हामी
but
क्यानाडामा भएको भएर क्यानाडै आऊ भन्दिउँ न.
and we are not sponsored by any consultancies, by the way.
हामी हाम्रो च्यानलमा कहिले नि कन्सल्टेन्सी आउँदैन. हामी एकदमै नर्मल सजेसन दिने मात्रै हो. अब प्रिन्स एडवर्ड आइल्यान्डमा बस्नुहुन्छ हजुर, त्यो चाहिँ क्यानाडाको एउटा प्रोभिन्स हो होइन. अब वी वान्ट टु नो मोर अबाउट प्रिन्स एडवर्ड आइल्यान्ड.
Okay, sorry about that. Prince Edward Island is basically it's an island province. All right, it's an island province, and I live in the capital city of Prince Edward Island. It's called Charlottetown, and the people are very friendly. The population is very sparse. Like you have around 130,000, I guess. Like most of them are from. I've come to PEI to study at UPEI, University of Prince Edward Island. And if you love the countryside, if you are in love with greeneries, like if you don't want the hustle and bustle of the city, PA is the place for you. I mean, like, yeah, it's like it's very quiet. It's very like chilled. And
सरी भन्नु
yeah, you go ahead.
त्यो चाहिँ सेकेन्डरीमा आउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई. नर्मली हामी एज अ नेपाली इन्टरनेसनल स्टुडेन्टले हेर्ने भनेको चाहिँ त्यहाँ जागिर पाउँछ हो कि त्यो क्वेसन चाहिँ सोध्दै हो कि
पाउँछ यहाँ छ किनकि PI is progressing at a rapid rate है. PI is progressing at a rapid rate हैन. अनि जागिर मजाले पाउँछ. जागिर पनि मजाले पाउँछ अनि
अलिकति सजिलो हुन्छ.
अनि तर सबभन्दा बेस्ट यहाँ PI को बारेमा चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि UPEI is the cheapest university across all of Canada. Right? UPEI is the cheapest university across all of Canada. So that might be an attractive feature to attract students.
भनेपछि पढ्ने नै हो भने चाहिँ UPEI might be one of the good university. कि ठुल्ठुलो युनिभर्सिटीमा स्कलरसिपमा पायो भने त राम्रै भयो. पाएन भने चाहिँ पैसा तिर्दाखेरि चाहिँ UPEI राम्रो हुन सक्छ.
UPEI फेरि reputed पनि छ फेरि. The thing is UPEI is reputed also. Reputed plus cheapest.
तर बेस्ट युनिभर्सिटी अफ क्यानाडा नै त होइन नि त.
No.
स्कलरसिप पायो युनिभर्सिटी अफ ब्रिटिश कोलम्बिया, युनिभर्सिटी अफ वाटरलूहरुमा स्कलरसिप पायो भने त त्यतै जाँदा राम्रो हो नि.
Yeah. But they have the best professors.
त्यो त म हजुरले भन्नुभएको अनुसारले त्यो चाहिँ म पनि एग्री गर्छु है. अब फेरि क्वेसन चाहिँ डु यु हेभ एनी रिग्रेट्स मुभिङ टु प्रिन्स एडवर्ड आइल्यान्ड? अनि किनभने ओन्टारियोमा सबजना नेपालीहरू सबै कुरा त ओन्टारियोतिर अथवा ब्रिटिश कोलम्बियातिरहरू हुन्छ नि त. अनि डु यु मिस म पनि ओन्टारियो अथवा BC-तिर जानु पाएको भए हुन्थ्यो भनेर चाहिँ कहिलेकाहीँ रिग्रेट हुन्छ?
You know what? At first I used to, but after having lived here, I don't anymore. Because Halifax is 4 hours drive away, and I'm studying at one of the cheapest universities. And I'm studying at one of the cheapest universities, and the people over here are very friendly. The living cost is low. Okay, the living cost is low, not that high, and I work at one of the upcoming companies. I'm getting lots of opportunities. Like Prince Edward Island is growing. If you compare PEI with other provinces of Canada, it's like way cheaper than Toronto. PI is way cheaper. All right, so I don't think I would regret. I don't think I regret anymore because I'm liking it over here. I like it over here.
That's nice. म चाहिँ जिटिएमा बस्छु इनसाइड ग्रेटर टोरोन्टो एरिया होइन अनि फेरि सानैदेखि सिटी लाइफमै हुर्केर आएको भएर पनि मलाई पनि कुनै रिग्रेट चाहिँ हुँदैन टोरोन्टोमा बसेर
No,
त्यही भएर आफ्नो पर्सनल चोइसहरू पनि हुन्छ होला
I come from the city. Like my hometown is Kathmandu, right? Kathmandu, is like populated and stuff like that. But I miss the city vibes too. I honestly do. But I don't regret coming to PI. Like at first I was like, where did I come to? But now I'm like, yeah, I came to the right place. Because in PI, the other attractive feature is there's something known as PNP, Provincial Nominee Program. Study over here for 4 years, and then you get a visa, postgraduate work permit, PGWP, of 3 years, and PR process, any job category, you get a PR. It doesn't matter whether you are a doctor, engineer, or a security guard. It doesn't matter, right? Any job category, you get a PR. So that's another quality of PEI. And this is valid for 3 Atlantic provinces. It's Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island, I believe.
So PR पाउन चाहिँ सजिलो छ
PR पाउन धेरै सजिलो छ PR पाएपछि चाहिँ you can move anywhere if you want to. Like if I miss a city, I can go to Toronto. But the people over here, damn good.
What do you mean by people?
People generally all the people, everybody's very friendly, like they are very genial. You know what I mean? Like, okay. They care about you.
That's nice to hear. है अब चाहिँ लगभग हाम्रो क्वेशनहरु सबै सकियो हैन Do you have any suggestions for people who want to come to Canada? अब के हुन सक्छ त जेनेरिक सजेसन्स मात्रै दिनु न त
जेनेरिक सजेसन्स भनेको स्किल्सहरु के छ भने अपडेट गर update your skills, upgrade your skills. If you're interested in computer science, you can always contact Bijay or me.
Yeah, हाम्रो रिजर सर will be more than happy to help anyone है म उहाँको फेसबुकको लिंक अनि पनि हाल्दिउँला अनि उहाँलाई कुनै पनि वेमा कन्ट्याक्ट गर्ने चाहिँ म केही चाहिँ डिस्क्रिप्सनमा हाल्छु अनि you guys can feel free to reach out to him directly.
Yeah, if you need help in computer science, you can always contact Bijay and me. If you need help in like other things, like because I've been here almost 3 years now, and I know a little bit of ins and outs of how life goes on over here. It might get lonely. Trust me, it might get lonely, but you'll get used to it. Eventually, you make friends. Life will go on. Everybody will be busy with their lives. But to all those aspirants who wants to come to Canada, upgrade your skills, update your skills, study hard. Don't rush to make money. Money will eventually come. Focus on your skills. That's what I'll say. That's all I'll say.
अब मेरो चाहिँ त्यो अलिकति डिफरेन्ट सजेसन भएको भएर म मेरो सजेसन पनि भन्छु है मलाई चाहिँ किनभने हामी नयाँ ठाउँमा छौं रिसर्च स्किल चाहिँ एकदमै हुनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कसैले भन्यो भनेर विश्वास गरिहाल्ने हैन कि रिसर्च गर्ने किनभने कतै न कतै त डकुमेन्टमा मेन्सन गरेकै हुन्छ नि त जे कुरा पनि अनलाइन इन्टरनेटमा पाउँछ रिसर्च गरेर अगाडि बढ्यो भने किनभने लेट्स कम्पेयर हामी चाहिँ नेपाली सोसाइटी कति चाहिँ माथि छ त क्यानाडियन सोसाइटीको कम्पेरिजनमा हेर्दाखेरि हामी अझ पनि मिनिमल वेजमा काम गर्ने अथवा बल्ल बल्ल अलिअलि नर्मल लिभिङ स्ट्यान्डर्डमा काम गर्ने भएको छौं हैन त्यही भएर एभरेज नेपालीसँग आफूलाई कम्पेयर नगरेर आफूले चाहिँ ठुलो रिस्क पनि लिनुपर्छ जस्तो नै लाग्छ अनि रिसर्च गरेर रिस्क लिने कि यतिकै रिस्क लिने भन्दा हावाटावामा रिस्क लिने चाहिँ हैन रिसर्च ब्याक रिस्क लियो भने चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ
अनि डोन्ट कम्पेयर योरसेल्फ टु नडराउनु डोन्ट कम्पेयर योरसेल्फ टु एनीबडी कम्पेयर योरसेल्फ टु यु be better than what you were yesterday. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll add. It was a fun session.
मलाई नि एकदमै रमाइलो भयो कति धेरै कुरा मैले नि सिक्ने अपर्च्युनिटी पाएँ अनि थ्यांक यू सो मच फर जोइनिङ मी टुडे आई होप यो सेसनले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ आई होप यो सेसनले गर्दा अब नयाँ आउने जेनेरेसन भाइ बहिनीहरुलाई सजिलो होस् अनि इफ यु हेभ एनी क्वेशन अघि सरले भन्नुभएको जस्तै म उहाँको डिस्क्रिप्सन राख्दिन्छु फिल फ्री टु रिच आउट टु हिम डाइरेक्टली
And
मोस्टली
but yeah,
कम्प्युटर
but
साइन्स रिलेटेड क्वेसन छ रहेछ
yeah.
भन्ने चाहिँ
By the way, like if like हामीले अस्ति डिस्कस गरेको कुरा पनि if you want to share.
ए यस हामीले चाहिँ के सोचिरहेको थियौँ भन्दा हामी दुईजना भएर चाहिँ कम्प्युटर साइन्स रिलेटेड भिडियोहरू चाहिँ लाइभ सेसन अर्गनाइज गर्ने सोचिरहेको थियौँ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ ट्युटोरियल फलो गर्नुभन्दा चाहिँ लाइभ सेसनबाट चाहिँ Q&A गर्न चाहिँ सजिलो हुन्छ भनेर हामीले त्यो अर्गनाइज गर्ने सोचेको थियौँ अनि इफ यु गाइज आर इन्ट्रेस्टेड टु लर्न कम्प्युटर साइन्स फ्रम अस we might be organizing live sessions and teach to build web applications पुरै full-fledged web application कि
फाउन्डेसन फर्स्ट
त्यही भ
फाउन्डेसन प्रोग्रामिङदेखि लिएर फुल फ्लेज एउटा वेब एप्लिकेसन बनाउनेसम्म
अझ वेब एप्लिकेसन मात्र नभएर म चाहिँ अलिकति जब ओरिएन्टेड छु कि किनभने एप्लिकेसन बनाएर के गर्ने त कि एप्लिकेसन बनाएर आफ्नो प्रोडक्ट बनाएर सेल गर्न सक्नु पर्यो कि ठुलो कम्पनीमा जागिर खान सक्नु पर्यो त्यो भएर
म
चाहिँ
चाहिँ कस्तो छु म चाहिँ नलेज ओरिएन्टेड छु के म चाहिँ नलेज ओरिएन्टेड छु किन भन न एउटा एउटा स्टोरी छ नि के अरे टिच अ म्यान हाउ टु गिभ अ म्यान अ फिश he will feed for one day. Teach him how to fish, he'll never go hungry the rest of his life भन्छ नि I believe in that के
त्यो त्यो त हो तर त्यही त स्किल छ अरे मसँग एकदमै खतरा स्किल छ तर त्यो स्किल कि प्रोडक्टमा युज गर्न सक्नु पर्यो प्रोडक्ट बनाएर सेल गर्न सक्नु पर्यो कि चाहिँ मैले ठुलो कम्पनीमा जागिर खाएर ठुलो सानो कम्पनीमा जागिर खाएर त्यसबाट चाहिँ मेरो गुजारा चलाउनु पर्यो नि त अनि त्यही भएर जब ओरिएन्टेड भएर चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ सिकाउन खोज्छौँ मैले पनि धेरै रिसर्च गरिरहेको छु अहिले रेज्युमेहरूमा जस्तै फार्ममा कसरी जागिर पाउने भनेर मैले पुरै किताबै पढिदिएको कि लिटरली मैले रेज्युमे कसरी बनाउने भनेर किताबै पढिदिएको कि अनि
that's
त्यो कुराहरू
necessary
चाहिँ हामी सेयर गर्छौँ
but that is necessary थाहा छ यो चाहिँ एकदमै necessary यो स्किल हो like learn how to make a resume that will be required trust me yeah
बुकै
trust me
हुँदो रहेछ कि
and trust me मेरो युनिभर्सिटीमा कोर्सै हुन्छ के बुकको कुरा गर्छौ मेरो युनिभर्सिटीमा हाउ टु राइट अ रेज्युमे भन्ने कोर्सै छ
त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ अब हामी पछि पछि नै सेयर गर्दै गर्छौँ हामी दुवैजनालाई यो रमाइलो भयो अनि त्यही हो फिल फ्री टु रिच आउट टु एनी अफ अस अनि केही क्वेसनहरू रहेछ भने कमेन्ट सेक्सनमा नि गरिदिनु हामी चाहिँ कमेन्ट सेक्सनमा चाहिँ किन प्रिफर गर्छु भन्दा त्यो डाइरेक्ट मेसेज गऱ्यो भने एकजनालाई मात्रै हेल्प हुन्छ कमेन्ट गऱ्यो भने धेरैजनालाई हेल्प हुन्छ कि अनि त्यो चाहिँ स्केलेबल पनि हुन्छ कि एकजनालाई हेल्प गर्दै गर्दा त हाम्रो पनि टाइम त भ्यालुएबल छ नि त कमेन्टमा गऱ्यो भने चाहिँ धेरैजनालाई एकैपल्ट बल्कमा हेल्प हुन्छ कि त्यही भएर चाहिँ फिल फ्री टु question feel free to post your question in comment section and see you guys later. Itu tala.
Yeah.